Welcome back to Coin's Numismatic series, the channel where every coin has a story, every mint mark has a purpose, and every pocket change discovery could turn into an exciting treasure hunt. Today, we're taking a deep dive into one of the most fascinating modern American quarters ever released. At first glance, it might seem like just another 25-cent coin, but hidden within its design is a powerful moment from the American Revolution, a unique place in United States mint history, and surprising collector value that has captured the attention of numismatists around the world. Whether you already own one or you're hoping to find one in circulation, stay with us because this complete history and value guide might change the way you look at the 2021 Crossing the Delaware Quarter forever. 2021 Crossing the Delaware Quarter Dollar Coin. The 2021 Crossing the Delaware Quarter Dollar represents one of the most significant transitions in modern United States coinage. Released during a historic period of change for the United States Mint, this quarter bridges the gap between the long-running America, the Beautiful Quarters program, and the beginning of the American Women Quarters program. Rather than introducing a completely new portrait of George Washington or continuing the previous state-themed series, the Mint chose to honor one of the defining moments in American history with a dramatic reverse design celebrating General George Washington's daring crossing of the Delaware River during the Revolutionary War. The Denver Mint version carries the small but important D Mint mark, identifying it as having been struck in Denver, Colorado. While millions of these coins entered circulation, collectors quickly recognized that this issue represented far more than another common quarter. It became a one-year transitional design that marked the end of one era and the beginning of another, giving it an important place in every modern United States coin collection. To understand why this coin matters, we have to travel back to the winter of 1776. The American Revolution was in jeopardy. General George Washington and the Continental Army had suffered several defeats and morale was dangerously low. Many soldiers were nearing the end of their enlistments, supplies were scarce, and hopes for independence seemed to be fading. On the night of December 25, 1776, Washington made one of the boldest military decisions in American history. Battling freezing temperatures, icy waters, and dangerous weather, he led thousands of soldiers across the Delaware River to launch a surprise attack against Hessian forces stationed in Trenton, New Jersey. The daring operation resulted in a decisive American victory that restored confidence to the Continental Army and inspired renewed support for the revolutionary cause. The reverse of the 2021 Crossing the Delaware Quarter captures Washington in a commanding pose as he surveys the river ahead. Unlike Emanuel Lewitz's famous 19th-century painting that many people recognize, the coin presents a different artistic interpretation. Instead of showing a crowded boat, the design focuses on Washington's leadership, determination, and courage. The background features troops crossing the river while the general stands prominently in the foreground with his sword extended, symbolizing resolve and vision during one of the nation's darkest hours. This remarkable reverse was created by sculptor Benjamin Sowards and sculpted by United States Mint medallic artist Renata Gordon. Their combined work transformed a pivotal historical event into one of the most dramatic quarter designs produced in recent decades. The obverse features George Washington's portrait based on the original design by renowned sculptor Laura Garden Fraser. Interestingly, Fraser's portrait had originally been considered for the first Washington quarterback in 1932. Although John Flanagan's portrait was ultimately selected for circulation at that time, Fraser's elegant depiction finally reached everyday circulation nearly 90 years later on the 2021 Crossing the Delaware Quarter. Collectors immediately appreciated this historical connection because the obverse itself tells a story of artistic recognition delayed by generations. Fraser's portrait presents Washington with refined detail, giving the coin an appearance that many believe is more graceful and historically accurate than previous circulating quarters. The Denver Mint produced an impressive number of these quarters to meet nationwide demand. Approximately 865.2 million examples were struck at the Denver facility during 2021. While this enormous mintage means the coin remains common in circulation, it does not diminish its historical importance. Instead, collectors recognize it as a key transitional issue that every modern quarter collection requires. Finding circulated examples remains relatively easy, especially in bank rolls and pocket change, although the number of pristine specimens entering circulation continues to decrease each year as collectors set aside high-quality examples. Condition plays the most important role in determining value. A heavily circulated 2021 Crossing the Delaware Quarter generally remains worth its face value of 25 cents. These coins are abundant, and unless they possess an unusual error or exceptional preservation, collectors usually obtain them at face value. Coins in about uncirculated condition often sell for a small premium, generally ranging between $1 and $3 depending on eye appeal and surface quality. Mint state examples become increasingly desirable because preserving a modern circulation strike without noticeable contact marks can be surprisingly difficult. Certified mint state 65 examples frequently sell for between $10 and $20. Higher grades such as MS66 and MS67 command steadily increasing premiums as fewer examples survive in pristine condition. When collectors reach the elite grades of MS68 and above, prices rise dramatically. Because modern quarters experience extensive handling during production and transportation, obtaining nearly flawless examples becomes exceptionally challenging. Certified specimens in these grades have sold for well over $100, while extraordinary registry quality coins may command several $100s when competitive collectors pursue the finest known examples. Although high-grade condition creates significant value, mint errors often generate even greater excitement. One of the most sought-after categories involves double die varieties. These occur when the die receives multiple slightly misaligned impressions during production, creating noticeable doubling on inscriptions or design elements. Genuine double dies are scarce and can attract strong premiums depending on their visibility. Off-center strikes represent another fascinating error. During striking, if the coin blank is improperly positioned between the dies, part of the design may be missing while the remaining portion shifts dramatically. Depending on the percentage of the off-center strike and whether the date remains visible, these coins can sell for $50 to several $100s. Die cracks also attract collector interest. Over time, repeated striking causes tremendous stress on coin dies, occasionally producing raised lines across the finished coins. While small die cracks are relatively common, large dramatic examples known as retained cuts or major die breaks command much stronger prices. Clipped planchets occur when the blanking press accidentally cuts part of an already punched coin blank, leaving a curved section missing from the finished quarter. Authentic examples remain popular because the error is immediately visible without magnification. Broad strikes occur when the retaining collar fails during striking, allowing the metal to expand beyond its normal diameter. These unusual pieces display distorted rims while maintaining full design details, making them attractive additions to modern era collections. Die chips, struck through errors, grease-filled dies, and missing clad layer errors also appear occasionally. Missing clad layer quarters are especially valuable because they weigh less than normal and display a distinctive copper appearance or unusual color differences. Depending on severity and certification, these errors can sell for hundreds of dollars. Professional grading has become increasingly important for modern quarters. Services such as PCGS and NGC authenticate the coin, assign an official numerical grade, and encapsulate it in protective holders. Registry set collectors often compete for the highest graded examples, creating strong demand for superb gem-quality specimens even among coins with enormous mintages. Many beginning collectors overlook modern quarters because they assume high mintages eliminate future value. History repeatedly proves otherwise. Coins with transitional significance, exceptional condition, and desirable varieties often become increasingly collectible as time passes. The 2021 Crossing the Delaware Quarter possesses all three characteristics. Another factor supporting long-term collector interest is its unique position in United States mint history. Unlike annual quarter series featuring multiple designs, this reverse was issued for only a limited period before the American Women Quarters program began in 2022. That gives the coin a distinct identity within modern American coinage. Collectors also appreciate assembling complete sets containing Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco proof, silver proof, and notable era varieties. As new generations enter the hobby, demand for complete modern quarter collections continues to grow. Today, the 2021 Crossing the Delaware Quarter stands as far more than everyday pocket change. It commemorates a defining moment that helped shape the United States, honors one of the nation's greatest military leaders, introduces a portrait nearly 90 years in the making, and serves as an important transition between two historic coin programs. Whether your example is worth only face value or several $100s because of its condition or an exciting mint error, every specimen carries the same remarkable story struck into its surface. That combination of history, artistry, and collecting potential ensures that the 2021 Crossing the Delaware Quarter will remain one of the most memorable modern American coins for generations to come.